How's it going, eUSL Xbox fans? This is Ray Samora, and I am bringing you the pregame of the match tonight, the featured match tonight, which is actually featuring myself taking on it's A-Rod, and I can't remember the numbers that follow it, and I don't have it right in front of me. I'll look that up in just a few moments. We're going to get to that match here in just a few moments, but before we do so, I want to bring on someone that's going to be very important for our league in the next season and probably seasons to come. And that's Evan. I'm going to bring him on right now. Evan, how are you doing, man?
Good. Thanks for having me on, Ray.
Oh, no, thanks for jumping on to this. Sort of in the test phase of what we're going to be doing with promoting the Xbox side of the league. We will be trying to do things like this, like some featured matches where we will broadcast them on our social media networks, including Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube for everyone to watch, listen, and follow along. By all means, follow along, watch the matches, interact, because if you have some interesting stuff to share while watching these matches, we'll be able to throw up those comments onto the screen throughout these matches as we go. But the reason I brought Evan on here is because he's sort of taking over, I guess, the senior management duties of the Xbox side of things. There's a good group of about 7 of us that are sort of partnering on this to help each other out, but Evan's the one that's sort of managing it all. So Evan, let us know what's happening here with Xbox going forward.
Yeah, that's a great question. We're really excited for next season and seasons beyond in terms of what the eUSL Xbox side looks like. Specifically, we're really trying to increase our footprint in terms of viewership and interaction with the matches. We know a lot of people are really passionate about FIFA and soccer in general. And especially in these COVID times, I think it's becoming more and more important that the esports world really steps up and makes a positive footprint. And that's what we're here to do. So in terms of logistics, for seasons after this one concludes, we're about to go into the playoffs for this season. But for the fall season, we're actually splitting up into 3 different sub-leagues within the Xbox League. There is the USL Premier League, the USL Championship League, and then the eUSL Division 1. And so we're using where everyone finished for this past season to determine who is where for future seasons. But essentially why we're doing that is it guarantees that the games are more even as well as way more competitive. So you as a fan will have a better viewing experience, and the games will just be of a higher quality, we believe. So it's really exciting in that sense. But also Ray's on the team that's really working on driving the social media impact of the league as well. We have some just really cool players, really cool stories coming out of the league, and we really want to feature those. So we're really increasing our footprint on social media, interacting with our fans, and seeing where that takes us for seasons to come.
Yeah, definitely. I know just interacting with a lot of the players in this league, including yourself, Evan, there's a lot of passion behind this. There's a lot of people that have really just sort of grabbed this and decided, let's keep going with this, see how far it'll take everything. None of us are true, I guess, professional gamers. I don't know, maybe if you are somewhat, Evan, with your Forward Madison affiliation.
Yeah, a couple of us are affiliated with clubs, but I don't think any of us do it full time. So it makes it the league a little unique that this is just all a passion project, really, and we're going to see how far it takes us.
Yeah, and I think that's where this splitting up the tiers is definitely going to help out once this season. Many of you that have watched some of the matches that we've been doing on the Orange and Black Soccer Cast channels, we've been discussing it somewhat. I've been competitive in some matches, and in some matches I've been blown out, and it's not even something that's easy to watch, maybe as a fan. Although I will say my play-by-play guys, Dylan and Alan, who've been there most of the season, they've kept things interesting when things aren't going well for me, especially when I make some really bonehead mistakes, which I tend to do once or twice a match as we go through it. And so heading into what's going on this season, before we do that, though, there's an important aspect of this season, which is going to be the playoffs coming up. That is going to feature the top 8 teams from both the East and the West. And this is both for the PlayStation and Xbox side. And I think the way it's going to work out, correct me if I'm wrong, is the top team in the West is going to play the 8th seed in the East and vice versa. And basically playing, I guess, to be the first champions. I guess no one's ever going to be able to say they were the champions the first year of USL. I know you're one of the favorites coming out of the West for this. I'm trying to sneak in at the bottom of the West. Basically, this match today is a battle for 8th place. Whoever
It's
wins
a
this
playing
match
game.
gets
Yeah.
8th place. Unless it's a draw, then I luckily get that because I'm 1 point ahead of my opponent, which I guess is a benefit from where I've been playing all season, but we'll see how that goes. What are your anticipations or your thoughts on going into the playoffs, and just even for you, how are you planning to attack playoffs?
Yeah, it's interesting because I'm an Ultimate Team player predominantly on FIFA, so I don't play outside of these matches. I don't play a lot of just like online solo matches, and so the Ultimate Team is actually winding down for the year. So I haven't been playing much outside of these matches. So my astuteness and mental fortitude for these matches are not what it used to be maybe a month ago. So for me, it's a lot of practice leading up into the playoffs. But I think for Ray and I, like, we haven't really faced anyone from the East side, and so we have no idea who these players are that we're going to be facing in the playoffs and how we match up against them. So it'll be really interesting to see how strong the West is versus the East, and really who can claim to be, the more stronger side of the conference, I would say. So we have really talented people. We have the guy that's at top of the West right now has yet to lose. He's drawn once, and that's it. So we will see how that plays out in the playoffs. But really, once you get into the playoffs, all standings go, and they don't really matter. And it's just a one match, and winner goes. So I think it's just people sticking to their guns and seeing where it goes from there.
Definitely. And so what I'm going to do, I hope he's ready to jump onto the stream here. So I'm going to bring on the play-by-play voice of my matches this season, and hopefully for some matches going forward here in the eUSL Xbox division. That's Dylan from the Orange and Black Soccer Cast, fixing his microphone there. Dylan, as always, thank you for doing this. Thank you for jumping on the stream and helping us out today. And I think Evan's going to hang out with you a little bit and try his hand at some play-by-play or maybe the color commentary portion of things, however we want to work that out. But Dylan, how was your first season as a play-by-play man in video game soccer been?
I'm so unqualified to be doing this. I know it's just like casual video game soccer, but I don't know why you let me do this, but I don't know why I keep saying yes when you ask me questions, and I keep saying yes, and it keeps kind of working out. But I'm excited things are going to continue, and I'm looking forward to things looking a little bit more professional heading forward, so which probably means that my place will not be as tenable as it is at the moment. That's fine.
Well, can I say this? I know I've seen comments from some of the Orange County fans asking if maybe you and Alan we can mute the play-by-play on some of the USL matches and have Dylan and Alan maybe dubbed over it for some of these matches. I don't know the legalities of that, but there's at least a few people that like to hear from you and Alan when these matches are going on.
Everyone likes the homerism, I gotta say, which is weird because when it's you playing, all I do is talk trash. But someone got to do it, right?
Really quick, gentlemen, I just want to give a quick heads up. I'm in communication with my opponent. Apparently, they're having some crazy thunderstorms in his neck of the woods right now. So there is a chance in this match that there's a disconnect. We're not too familiar with that type of weather here in Southern California, but I'm sure others around the country can relate to that difficulty of dealing with weather when it comes to internet connections.
We know that all too well in Wisconsin. So
hopefully for at least 20 minutes or so, there's some good weather and this will work out. I'm trying to see if we can get the invite right now. And really quick, just so we can make sure we get this right, the Twitter handle for my opponent. Let me see if I can get that so we can make sure everyone knows, unless you know it off the top of your head right now, Evan.
Yeah, I'm bringing it up. It is ARod1397. So at ARod1397. And he has 12 wins, 9 losses, 0 draws in the league so far. He's had a bit of an up and down season, but he scores a fair amount of goals and does not give up many. So
sounds like Ray. Well, but if Ray isn't on the front foot in a match, I don't know what's going on.
It's a big match tonight, Dylan.
I'm excited. That's half the reason I said yes. Also because I forgot what day it was. I thought it was tomorrow, and I thought he was asking about tomorrow. I was like, yeah, all right. And then, all those fun things that just...
It's a major positive that you have 2 more days of the weekend, though.
I honestly don't know what day of the week it is. So kudos to everyone watching that does know, because I really don't remember the last day, like what day it's been.
Dylan, do you find that through commentating on these matches, the eUSL matches, that you are like more astute to like tactical stuff when you're watching like actual matches, on TV or whatnot?
I have to say, I think usually I was looking at things a little bit more tactically. At least at the start of a game, if I'm in the supporter section, I'm cheering them out.
Right.
Really care.
Right.
I might notice like a little thing. But if I'm watching a game on TV, regardless of who's playing, I'll usually take a look at what they're trying to do and the changes that they do as the match goes on.
Yeah.
I think FIFA's a little bit too fast-paced for that. I think a lot of the times we run into issues with that, where we're talking, maybe like telling a little bit of a story or giving some backstory, doing that kind of color commentary, and then all of a sudden it's a long through ball that slices through the back four, and it's like a tap in, and you haven't even finished.
Right.
To wrap up the last sentence as fast as possible. So it's a fun challenge. Definitely pushes the abilities of my lackluster talents here. To the play-by-play, the more the stadium announcing kind of thing. So
yeah, absolutely.
It's taken some time out of all of this mess, so I will take it, and hopefully Ray's as well.
Yeah, it's a distraction if anything.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And really quick, gentlemen, we've got a connection going on. I'm just trying to get my lineup set up here. And just in case you guys are interested in knowing, I'm running a 5-2-3 today.
5-2-3.
Yes.
Huh. Inverted wingbacks.
Are we still playing with Rangers?
Yes.
Ooh,
interesting.
Weird.
So is Ryan Kent your left wingback?
He's actually going to be my right winger.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm throwing things a little bit.
He's a 5-star weak foot.
All right, so I think I'm ready. I think my opponent will hopefully be ready. We'll see. And once we're ready to go, I'll bring the stream up so everyone can watch what we got going on. Yeah, but here, I'll show you my lineup right now if you guys want to see.
What did you just say, Dylan?
I do have some questions about these tactics. Oh, this is about what I expected. Okay.
Oh, okay. That's not too far off the norm.
Okay. I usually get worried when Ray starts making up weird tactics. A couple of months ago, I wrote him out like a new tactic for him to stop using 4-2-3-1.
Well, it's funny. Ray and I are two of the only people in the league that always use Rangers, like as our predominant teams.
Oh, no. This is my only my second time using them.
Oh, really?
The other Orange County guy is the one that used Rangers all season.
Okay. Yeah.
It's okay. It's just amazing there's two of us.
That's true.
Yeah, so we'll see how this goes. I'm hoping it'll be fun, although because I'm only playing really for a draw here, I'm just hoping not to lose. Hopefully it's not too boring for you gentlemen, but hopefully we'll have some great stuff going on with this and enjoy the match. I'm going to head off. You guys have a great call.
We'll do.
Everyone talk trash on the comments, I don't know, or Twitter. That's a great place. You can tag him at DJ Ray Samora. Let him know your thoughts like you do your normal pro players.
All right, quick preview. What do you think? What are your final predictions?
Ray's been really good against Salzburg this season. Everyone kind of was playing with him earlier, and he's done pretty well. And Rangers are decently quick at the back, so I think Ray actually will get a good result. See a full 3 points.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But we are underway, so I'm all excited now. In Salzburg underway, Salzburg in possession. Not a bad, that's a little bit messy, but not a bad idea from the hosts. We'll see a quick Ray-esque counterattack over the top. Ryan Kent, see strong foot, weak foot, strong foot.
Oh,
really
almost got across the goal there.
Absolutely should have found the back of the net.
Looks like Ray's trying to go for that early goal to get a nice 1-0 cushion.
It is a pretty typical reaction from him. His players usually don't make it much past 60 minutes into it.
Die pretty quickly.
Pretty bad towards the end of things, but a change is coming up. I imagine we'll see a little bit of a tactical change for him.
Looks like he's really trying to control possession this match, keep it away from having his opponent possess it in his half.
Absolutely. And having just talked about how his players usually don't make it much into the second half, this is probably the only way he's going to keep them fresh and beat off any last-minute counters, because
right.
Just a few weeks ago, he did concede one. Morelos takes a shot there, just puts it past a little bit high and wide of the far post, top right corner, but not a bad effort. Curious to see what he's doing. Didn't make any changes. Probably just taking care of something on his Xbox.
Right. What's interesting is A-Rod is one of those players that really lets his opponent possess quite a bit and really relies on that counterattack. So we'll see how those counterattacks work against such a strong defensive formation that Ray has.
Honestly, it's really exciting. It's a bit like watching a real game, and just seeing how teams like Southampton set up against teams like Man City.
Absolutely.
Try and nick a goal.
Get those surprise results, right?
Absolutely. Throw 10 men behind, 10, 11 men behind the ball for 80 minutes and hope you can pull something off. And well, we'll see. Tavernier. Through ball, Kent, but just flagged offside. Pretty easy call there.
Yeah, Ray's trying to play those wingers right on the shoulder of those left and right backs, trying to get that through ball through, which is pretty difficult in a formation with a 5-3-2 like this.
I don't want to rag on him too hard, but he usually does go with formations that don't make too much sense and cause a little bit of chaos.
Right. Which could play in his favor. If you're an opponent and you've never played against a 5-3-2 or something like that, you're going to be on your feet for at least the first 20 minutes of the match until you figure it out,
Oh, absolutely. And some of these counterattacks get really strange with the players ending up in positions that really you don't expect them to. We've seen Tavernier in the past, through ball, easily gathered by McGregor, but we've seen Tavernier in the past taking shots, just outside of the 6 in the opposition box. So anything's possible. It's a weird game, and when you play a really quick counter, as Ray generally does, of course, that'll be a little bit different here. Lots of holes open up.
I love watching FIFA matches against two guys that love to counter, because one of them has to play a style that isn't traditional to themselves.
Yeah, it really becomes a question of adapting here. I think we're seeing Ray adapt a lot. He usually does not dominate possession. Once he wins it, it's usually out to a winger, and winger crosses, tries to find a striker in the box. We'll see that here. Kent, his cross, far post, knocked down, gathered by Stankovic pretty comfortably.
Mm-hmm. What's funny is Ray likes to play a game that in real life would work very well. In FIFA, with those headers, especially in FIFA 20, headers are just not OP this year. And so trying to play that style is tough.
Absolutely. And we see a real-life-esque offside call there. I'll just trust that FIFA knows what it's doing. But
inches apart, yeah.
Some questionable stuff in real life and some questionable things in FIFA, and especially some questionable things in the eUSL. 25 minutes gone, still 0-0. Neither team with too many chances at the moment, but I believe Ray with the majority of them. See what happens here. Tavernier. Steven Davis. I'll see Barisic, the Croatian, just tries to play in his attacking partner, but maybe not the best idea there.
No, Ray's really trying to stretch his opponent's defense as wide as he possibly can and switch the field as much as possible, which hopefully will open up some channels in the middle. We'll see.
been about the only way he's been able to find success. Playing with Al Halal earlier this season, trying to aim for a 5'3" Sebastian Giovinco in the middle of the box. It was really all about spreading out defenses as much as possible. Just trying to get enough space for a player to get a half turn and fire towards goal. And it worked
Exactly.
decently well, but just trying to be a little bit more cautious here in the run into the final season. Of course, if you're just joining us, this is the final match for Ray, and the winner will end up in the USL Premiership next season. However, if there is a draw, Ray will advance as he is 1 point up on his opponents. See here, a good interception. We'll see, I believe, just a quick counterattack. Morelos looks over the top for Jones. Englishman unable to get to it. Excuse me, the Northern Irishman unable to get to it. Apologies to him. Not that he'll be watching. And we'll get a replay. Certainly nothing to complain about. A few meters offside. And a good question as to whether I'm the one whispering or deafening. I don't know. I'm gonna.
I know. It has me questioning. It has me questioning the fortitude of my microphone. You know.
Likewise.
I feel like I'm whispering on my end, but we'll see.
I'll be louder. Apologies to the people that I now deafen, but this is how it goes. 4 months into quarantine, 20-something matches into the eUSL.
Two very different microphone setups.
Absolutely, yes. Far from my usual, so I'm not doing so well here.
But hey, we make it work, right?
Absolutely. We'll see if Rangers are able to make this work. Tavernier, weak foot. Plays a simple ball. A good idea. Now we'll see Jordan Jones. Jordan Jones, top right corner. 1-0 Rangers, 39th minute. And Ray is in the driver's seat. The Northern Irishman going mad.
I will say this, it's Dylan, it's your mic that they're probably mentioning when they say speak up.
No one ever wants to hear me, Ray. It's okay. But they will want to see more goals like that. The 5-2-3 works out.
What a big goal.
And seeming like it was coming from nothing, if I'm being honest. Not the most impressive attack we've seen from Red this season, but effective, and I think that's all that ultimately matters.
Yeah.
Restart there. You see the finish. Wonderfully done. Stankovic not with a really good shot of being able to do anything there.
Whole lot of space in that box for that shot. Way too much if you're RB Salzburg.
We'll see Salzburg with a bit of possession. We'll see if they try and stretch Ray out the way Ray just stretched them out. But
I can only imagine being RB Salzburg's player right now. This is a match to get into the eUSL playoffs, win or go home, and you're down 1-0. Like, just the nerves right now must be tremendous.
Absolutely, though I have to say maybe a little bit calculated, playing a little bit slower, trying to save some legs for a last gasp, towards the end of this match. We'll see Morelos with quite a few men on, finds some space, plays in Steven Davis. Steven Davis, his left-footed shot, very, very weak and easily gathered by Stankovic. And now a little bit of sweeper keeper there. I think he's Ederson.
Steven Davis looking like a 2-star weak foot over there.
Absolutely. It is the eUSL, of course, so maybe what you'd expect from some real-life USL players. See if Daka can get the cross in. He might take it himself. Tavernier with an excellent tackle. Butters with all the barking in the background. And the cross comes in near post. Unable to put it on target. And Barisic able to gather. And that'll do it for the half. Well, Ray, you're in the driver's seat. You got 45 minutes in digital life left to play. Are you confident of going through?
As of right now, I am, yes. We'll see if I can keep this up.
Ray, how do you like that formation that you're using?
It's something different. It's more just to try and, again, stop my other opponent from scoring. Sorry, I was trying to make some adjustments. Try to stop my opponent from scoring as best I can. And again, I apologize. You're probably not going to see much going on unless he starts attacking me in the second half. It's all about keeping possession now and not giving him any opportunities.
Now, I will say we have seen a formation change like this one time in the past, and that was in the 4th of July Cup. Trying to defend a lead to get into the final, put all 11 men behind the ball, playing 5 at the back and 5 in the midfield. It was surreal and ugly and not at all fun to watch, but it was effective. We'll see. I imagine as this match goes on, we'll see defensive midfielders come in, maybe even a center back playing out of position. It's going to be ugly, but the past has said it is effective. So
yeah,
we'll see.
I would say about around that 70th minute, if it's still this scoreline, A-Rod's going to throw everything he has at Ray.
Squeaky bum, kitchen sink time. Not quite there, but good attacking movement here. He-Chan lays it off. The shot just wide and just high. A wonderful deflection. McGregor was definitely beat by that one. But Goldson made the difference there. And here we go. You could see that. Rangers not really pushing out here. Happy to keep almost all of the men behind the ball at the moment. Wonderful left-footed shot from Cota there, just wide of the near post. Still 1-0 Rangers, and we've got 52 minutes gone.
That's 2 very close shots in quick succession for RB Salzburg. They are coming out very hot in the second half.
Yeah, despite dropping a man deeper into midfield.
Was that a PK?
Lots of space, and I believe we'll see a PK here. Katic may be lucky to not get a card for this one. Doesn't look like it, just a talking to, maybe a little bit of no more. Here we go. Wang He-Chan will step up.
It's going left. Oh.
Puts it right, sends the keeper the wrong way, and we are level 1-1, 54 minutes gone. If this result stands, Ray will still advance. He'll be in the Prem next year. Evan, does that come with hundreds of millions of dollars?
Oh, just hundreds of millions of dollars in eternal glory, you know?
Lovely. I guess I'll have to start playing next year and hopefully work my way in. Oh, Rangers not shying away here from an attack. Definitely trying to do this the right way. Back on the front foot. Morelos plays it wide. Tavernier under no pressure. Cuts it back. Morelos first time. Bottom left-hand corner. Wow, the Colombian makes this one 2-1 Rangers just before the hour mark. And Ray back in the driver's seat.
Nice little overlap on that right side for that build-up play. Couldn't really ask for better play right there. That was beautiful stuff.
Classic FIFA play, classic FIFA finish. Shot it across goal, and it's been successful for Ray all season long. Shaping up to be a very, very good final 30 minutes of this one. I'd be curious. We'll probably see a substitution in the next stoppage or two. Curious to see who makes any changes.
RB Salzburg has some pretty pacey strikers on the bench, so.
Absolutely. Oh, goodness me. Jordan Jones.
The
Northern Irishman going for his brace, but just puts this one wide of the near post. So I'll be curious as Salzburg push numbers forward, of course. Those pacey attackers will be useful, but as we've seen, the top for Rangers not at all slow and already doing pretty well against the Salzburg backline. As legs get tired, I imagine we'll see a little bit more success. Cota, this time Hollander, makes an inch-perfect tackle, gathers the ball. Here's decision there. Davis is dispossessed. Here comes Daka. Daka, He-Chan dispossessed by Hollander. Wow, really, really good stuff from the Swede. Now just a bit of possession, but it is positive momentum. Some more people chiming in. The onside, Relos with a brace. 3-1 Rangers, 68 minutes gone.
And now you're going to see guns ablazing from RB Salzburg. It is full panic time if you're A-Rod. He is going to go all-out attack, which opens up some chances for Ray on the counter. So far, Ray has converted on the counter, especially in the second half. We'll see what happens moving forward here.
It's great. I reckon the next person to score in this match probably going to be the match winner.
I would concur, yeah.
I mean, of course, if you're Ray, it's pretty easy at that point. You just park the bus, but we'll see. If A-Rod can get anything out of this one, that might just be enough momentum. He still has time to get something out of this.
Ray's looking pretty comfortable with that Rangers squad, too. Looks like he's been playing with them all year.
Yeah, it is a surprising change, and I'm sure we'll see a tactical change here, a different shape for Salzburg for these final 30 minutes. Excuse me, for these final 20 minutes. It is squeaky bum time. It is kitchen sink time. Throw it all forward, and you can see that here. A lot more space now in this Salzburg attack. We'll see what Hee-Chan can do. Hee-Chan and McGregor with a wonderful, wonderful save to punch that one wide and out for a corner.
RB Salzburg has had a really good time in Ray's first half of the field, but as soon as they get to goal, they just have not had success outside of that one penalty.
It's been poor in the final third. I think that's really the big difference maker here. Of course, that's not much in terms of analysis, but we've seen a lot of chances for Salzburg that probably should have found the back of the net. Some a lot closer than others. That header may be the most disappointing one. And here we go. We'll see some tactical changes for Ray.
That's FIFA for you, too.
Oh, absolutely. When I'm playing, I'm putting things usually out for a throw-in, if I'm being honest. So, that's why I just stick with shoddy commentatorship instead of shoddy playing. Gregor gets us restarted. Just under 20 minutes left to play now. And it's still close. Let's see what can happen. I think Salzburg here just looking to stretch Rangers a little bit. Find some half spaces. Maybe in between or in behind the Rangers defense and midfield, but unable to work them through. And you see 3 at the back here for Salzburg. Looks like Kent needs to just stay on side. Tavernier definitely fouled here by Hee-Chan. Forward doing well to get that far back. And curiously, Ryan Kent takes it quickly and immediately gives up the ball. You'd think with a 2-goal lead and just under 15 minutes to play, you just sit there. And Steven Davis, the Canadian, absolutely exhausted. This is pretty typical for a Ray-led side.
For being exhausted, they are still possessing the ball, and Ray's doing a pretty decent job countering RB Salzburg's possession with a pretty big possession spell of his own.
I have to say, I think most of that success comes from, rather than trying to run with the ball, making the ball do the work. Tavernier goes for goal with this one, about 5 yards wide of the far post.
Ambitious effort there.
Ambitious and maybe poorly decided, but nonetheless, 13 minutes left of this match. Daka, Hee-Chan's onside. He waits, tries to hold up play to find 2 teammates in the box, but he's unable to do so. And we're seeing a very, very high press from Salzburg here. This throw-in might be the test for Ray. If he can play out the back here, that might be enough. Curious ball back to McGregor, making the goalkeeper do some work.
Very risky ball there.
Absolutely. We've seen Ray haunted by balls like that all throughout the season, including in the first match, giving up a truly horrific goal. Salzburg with a chance. Koda dispossessed. Kadic gathers. Barisic plays it forward, and maybe one final counterattack here. Ryan
Great
Kent,
ball
he's onside. He's under a lot of pressure. He takes it from distance and just puts it past the near post. And we'll see. Still time for a few chances here for Salzburg, but for some strange reason, unable to play it through that midfield. maybe just deciding no longer the time to hold possession. Just got to go route one from back to front, and it's not quite working out. Good through ball here for Morelos. A little bit cheeky there with the back heel. And Steven Davis is dispossessed. Here comes Salzburg. Long ball over the top. Ambitious clearance with the bike, but effective. Jordan Jones. Here we go again, Rangers. It's been back and forth these last few minutes despite not needing a goal. Ryan Jack off the underside of the bar and out.
That would have been a Puskas. That would have been a hell of a goal.
That would have been amazing. Ryan Jack with a second chance, and this one he makes it pay. Stankovic tackled, trying to start a counterattack, and you see that a lot with sweeper keepers. 89 minutes gone. This one is over, and Ray looks to be through.
Well,
it's almost anticlimactic.
I know. You'd expect a closer battle between the 8th and 9th place teams in the league, but Ray has came out strong and really sustained that all the way through.
I just think maybe a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more confident heading into this match, but well done, Ray. Proud of him. 3 minutes of added time. And these 3 minutes, unofficially brought to you by the Young Black Professionals of Orange County. So if you are a young professional, or you know a young professional, and or you are black, get involved at Young Black Professionals OC. 30 seconds left, and Ray still attacking, curiously. You'd figure he'd just be passing around the back. Steven Davis, he'll whip this one in, and it is easily cleared away. And we are all just waiting for the ref now. And he blows for full time. Ray, a massive 3 points, the biggest of the season yet. And you can hear some booing as this match was digitally played in Salzburg. So, wow, I'm impressed. Evan, your thoughts on maybe what was a little bit anticlimactic at the end there?
That was a pretty decisive game, and I thought Ray really controlled it all the way through, even if it wasn't controlled possession-wise. I thought the momentum was always with Ray there. So well done to Ray. Congratulations on securing that playoff spot, Ray.
Oh, definitely excited about that. I think listening to you on the stream, Evan, you mentioned that it looks like I'm pretty comfortable with this Rangers club. I've really, if you talk to Dylan and Alan this season, I've really changed my style. I'm more of a possession-based player now than it used to be, just strictly like defense and then just speed down. And I think from playing a lot of foot lately, especially with everyone having basically just stacked teams in foot now with all the giveaways and all the easy squad building challenges, you can't do that. So I've been playing foot, and I've been learning how to play a little bit more possession-based FIFA soccer. And I think you can see that on here. I'm making the right passes, and I'm passing the ball around, waiting until my opponent gets out of position, and then I look for that easy strike. And luckily for me, Rangers is working for this.
Ray, you actually that's unfair to you. You've scored a lot of goals this season, but you made your chances count tonight, and that's been an issue. How much of that is down to the formation switch? How pleased are you with that two-man midfield, excuse me?
I think in a normal situation where I'm not going for, just don't lose, I probably would still have the 4 in the back and 3 in the midfield with one like attacking midfielder and 2 more central or defensive base midfielders. In this match, it worked to my advantage, especially getting that early goal, because now my opponent had to come and attack me when I had 5 deep, and it opened up that back there, which helped out. But I'm planning on going probably something similar to what I did last week, unless I decide something different. I don't know yet. I've been saying it all season. I think the West is a little bit more difficult than the East, so I'm hoping I can pull some upsets. It'd be awesome to be an 8th seed and knock out the top seed in the East if I can do that next week. So definitely got to get my training on and figure out what I need to do for that.
Ray, how does a win like this help propel you into the playoffs? Like, how does that momentum really give you that go ahead to go into the playoffs in a positive note?
I'm hoping I got the momentum. I thought I had some momentum when I switched to Al Hilal earlier in the season, and then after a couple good matches with that team, I sort of stalled. I think the difference with this team, I think Dylan called it out earlier. I definitely missed a lot of opportunities to score in previous matches and in this match, and probably last week as well. Well, I think last week I was hitting the crossbar left and right, but I at least was able to score more goals than my opponent in both these matches, which is the big thing. I'm still learning how to play with Rangers, and with the fact that I'm playing Ultimate Team a lot more, there's a difference between an all 90 rated squad in Ultimate Team and playing with players that are, in the high 60s, low 70s, possibly in the high 70s. So it's just going to take some work. And again, I want to pull that upset off next week.
So much toxicity in the comments. Love one another.
Yes. I don't know who Victor Gloria is, but apparently did not like A-Rod's performance in this match. So
that's tough to fault A-Rod in a match like this. I mean, it's a knockout match. Nerves are high. He played well all season. So, I mean, give the guy some credit, right?
Definitely. Well, I think that's going to wrap things up on our sort of first, I guess, national broadcast of a game. I know the technical difficulties, something like that. We need to definitely do a GoFundMe for Dylan to get him a more proper microphone. I know he really actually has one. I'm guessing that he just didn't have it on him this evening. So you could tell he's using an iPhone corded headphone with the little mini microphone on it. So that would be potentially why it sounds like that. But thank you, Evan, for taking some time this evening to join us late there in the Madison region. Are you in Madison?
In Madison, so it's 10:35 here. But pleasure to be here, Dylan. Thanks for letting me join you on the commentary. And Ray, good luck in the playoffs.
And same to you. Have a good one, everyone.
Take care, everyone.